What's going on, guys? We are going to cover today's price action. So today was FOMC. Now we had some moves going into the close. We definitely had some moves right around those meeting notes just after when Jerome Powell was speaking. In this video, I want to go over my strategies, or the strategy that I want you guys to kind of focus on. And when you really break it down and you think about it, we want to trade smarter, stay funded, and get paid, right? So, I mean, I think that's what we're all trying to do. And I'm trying to do my best at bringing that message to you, bringing you strategies that maybe you can incorporate into your trading journey or career or profession, or however you look at it for yourself. Now, the strategy that I want to talk about, simple moving averages, is going to require you to put that indicator on your chart, the 20 simple moving average to be more specific. So everyone's got access to a trading platform. Everyone's got access to indicators and tools. And before you start to think, well, maybe I can't get this indicator. Like, I know a lot of you guys want the linear regression indicator that I use with Thinkorswim. Again, if you don't have Thinkorswim, you're probably not going to have it set up the same exact way, but you don't need it, okay? You don't really need it. You can solely focus on the 20 simple moving average, which is the purple line that you see on my screen. Another good indicator to add is also the daily 5 SMA. Now, off the open, if I zoom in here just a little bit, right? If I zoom in here a little bit and I scroll over, I want to show you guys a couple of trades that I took. I took a handful of trades prior to those FOMC meeting notes and prior to Jerome Powell speaking. And a couple of these trades were decent enough that you could essentially have taken these trades and walked away on the day. Very minimal risk, very low screen time, and let's just go after them and let's get into the setup. So off the open, we were kind of pulling back into the New York session open. We started this light little bounce. Again, we did have supply sitting at the 20 SMA as well as our daily 5. The daily 5 is the green line you see on the charts. You're going to notice here, 5 minutes off the open, not only do we break and close over the 20 SMA, this was brought up inside of my community. When I took this trade, I took it for about 6 points. It's not that many points, but again, you have to understand that's my style. I'm going to take between 5 and 10 points, and I'm just going to grab them as fast as I can and try to get the heck and hell out of the markets. So when I brought this to everyone's attention about, if we close over this 20 SMA, guys, I'm interested in taking this trade. There was a couple of people that were a little uneasy because of the wick that was put in here, which I get it. I understand. It creates a little bit of uncertainty. But strategies are strategies. And typically speaking, within the first hour and a half of the market, there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of range. So even though that this wick on this particular candle looks a little bit weak, there should be enough momentum. And again, there's parentheses and quotation marks around should be, enough momentum that taking such a small scalp, you're probably going to be in the right more than the wrong more times than not. Okay. Now, again, you're not going to win every trade, and I get it. And there's going to be some trades that are going to look like this and they're not going to really pay out, and you're going to take a little bit of a loss on it. There's nothing to do about it. Just simply come back tomorrow, look for the same type of setup, and then hammer it again. But notice here the price, 23,509. So let's call it 23,510. That's where you would be looking to get into this trade. Now there's two exits that if you want to pre-plan your stop loss, one is a close below the 5, the daily 5 SMA, or a close below the 20 SMA. Now, the following candle does confirm the previous wick. So you're going to be put into this trade here. Okay, you're going to be put into this trade on this candle. Now you're going to also see that this candle does close red, but before it closes red, I want to show you guys that it goes from a price of 23,510 all the way up to a price of 23,526. That's at least 15 points. So we're talking about 16 points and a quarter. Now, mind you, I took 6 points off this trade. I didn't take 10. I didn't take 16. I didn't know where it was going to stop. I took 6 points. And the reason being, I always am looking to snatch profits between 5 and 10 points. If I get it, the faster I get those 5 to 10 points, the faster I'm going to get out of it. And I'm just going to sit on my hands and I'm going to wait for the next setup. And I'm looking to take a handful of these setups each and every single day. High win rate strategies can be operated with a negative risk to reward ratio as long as, okay, here's the important part, as long as you're disciplined, okay? It's not going to work if you're undisciplined. Meaning it's not going to work if the moment you take a loss, especially if it's the first trade of the day, you go on tilt and you start trading everything under the sun. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's just not going to work. But if you can manage to operate a higher win rate strategy with a little bit of a negative risk to reward, you can start to stack and compound winning days and get one day closer to a payout. And then that's how we're going to be able to scale across multiple accounts very, very quickly. Again, trade smarter, don't trade foolish. So the first trade here, we're going to take a quick 6 points. Now, immediately, there's an aggressive wick here. And I'm noticing that, okay, not only did this candle close below the daily 5 SMA, but it also closed below the 20 SMA. So automatically, within a span of 5 to 6 minutes, I get 2 back-to-back trades. Now remember, the mindset here is I'm not looking for home runs. I'm not looking for 30 or 40 points. I'm looking for 5 to 10 points. Being that the first trade was a winner, okay, I'm not opposed to taking a trade right back to back, okay, especially this early in the morning, especially when the market is flying. So if you look at the candle that closes at 6:45 Pacific Standard Time, look at this candle that closes below the 20 SMA as well as the daily 5. That low price was 23,484. The following candle confirms, okay? Following candle confirms. So you're going to be entering into the trade here. Now that price goes down 23,472, okay? 23,472. Your entry price should have been 23,484. This is 12 points. Again, another 5 points is secured. Now I took 5 points on this trade because I had a hard take profit. I just, put the ATM strategy in there. If I get filled for 5 points, I'll take the 5 points because now at this point, I'm up 11 points on the day. Trading 5 micros, okay, essentially means that I'm up $20 a contract. And this is piecing together what I call a little bit of a day. Now we're starting to grow a balance and we're starting to grow a cushion. We're up $100 on the day. So I've got cushion to actually take more trades because I've got some slack, some wiggle room to work with here, being up $100. Now notice the third trade of the day happens to be here, 7:15 in the morning. So the market is starting to spell out, we're going to chop around for a little bit, okay? Because we're not really getting any momentum to the upside. That's holding trend. We're not getting any momentum to the downside. That's holding trend. We're kind of going back and forth, back and forth. So immediately I've got to start to pull off of the gas here. If I do get presented with another setup and this setup doesn't go and actually start to trend, I need to take a break for a little while because I don't want to get caught in a spin cycle where I'm going back and forth all day because I know that the risk and the probabilities of me taking a losing trade is going to be around the corner. So even though we've got that mindset in order, we do get the strategy. Now this strategy gets presented after we dip off the open, we bounce, we dip again, we put in a higher low, and now we have reclaimed at 7:15 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, we have reclaimed, okay, we have reclaimed the 20 SMA yet again. So when we reclaim this strategy, or when we reclaim this moving average, this simple moving average, yet again, I'm willing to get involved in this trade yet again, take another 5 points. Now we're up 15 points. Again, across 5 micros, it's not a lot, but you're up about $130, $150 on the day. And when you start to piece together those days, again, if you're trading with Apex Trader Funding, you only need to log in a $50 day for them to consider it a green day that counts towards getting your payout. Now, logging in $50 days, $100 days, $150 days, you're not going to be getting paid out every 8 days. You know that. But if you can manage to take a payout every 30 days, every 45 days, and you scale that, remember, my whole business is built around scaling. Okay. I want to trade smart and I want to scale, and I want to scale fast. So I want to have multiple evaluations running at all times. I want to have multiple funded accounts that I'm trading in and out of each and every single day. And I want to be able to scale while still trading smart with a lot less stress. Again, if you're interested in kind of learning how I go about things, trading with the community, join Evolution Traders. That's 50% off right now for the next 2 members who join. That link is down in the description box. So at this point in time, I go take a coffee break, right? The guys in my room know that every day between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, I'll go take a coffee break. I'll come back to the markets, kind of leading into that lunch hour. And then obviously later on in the day, we had some mega moves, right? So if you look at the mega moves that we had here, 11:30, Jerome Powell speaking. After he's speaking, the news are out, the notes are out. again, we had a little bit of a spike, came up to my linear regression, we closed above it, put in another spike, and then we had an aggressive sell-off. And this aggressive sell-off here was extreme, because once we lost the 20 SMA, you see this big closure below the 20 SMA. It's below these previous swing lows, right? Kind of matching up with these previous swing lows. You get a follow-through candle that takes you from 23,512 all the way into your daily 12 at 493. So you're looking at almost 15 to 20 points there. I mean, lightning fast. When you're getting this momentum and it's happening lightning fast, and that's not even all of it. I mean, it continued to go down. But the way that I trade, I don't really hold trades for too long. I like to be green. I like to be right. I like to have a high win rate very, very quickly. So the way that I am just built as a trader, I like to know if I'm right or wrong pretty quickly, right? Like, I don't want to wait around an hour to just be told, hey, sorry, come again, right? So I want to know, am I going to be right? Am I right? Or am I going to be wrong? And I want to know very, very quickly, you know, either take my money or pay me, and then I'll just move on with my life. So I was able to catch this trade on a little bit more size because we did have a nice little cushion going into this, and really start to stack up your days that way. And I would just recommend, you know, each and every single day, you don't have to look for a million different setups. You just have to be patient enough to wait for the right ones, and be confident enough to trade the strategies that you've back tested and the strategies that you've forward tested. So again, if you guys are interested, make sure check the links down in the description box below. Leave me a thumbs up on this video, guys, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one.